tide is slowly taken, and the violence caused such silence. Who are we mistaken? But you see, it's not me, it's not my family. In your head, they are fighting with their tanks and their bombs and their bombs and their guns. In your head, they are crying. Another head slowly, tide is slowly taken, and the violence caused such silence. Who are we mistaken? But you see, it's not me, it's not my family. In your head, they are fighting with their tanks and their bombs and their bombs and their guns. In your head, they are crying. In your head, zombie, zombie. What's in your head? In your head, zombie, zombie. Another mother's breaking, heart is taking over. When the violence causes silence, we must be mistaken. It's the same old team since 1916. In your head, they're still fighting with their tanks and their bombs.
Woo! It's another episode of NFT Live. We are about to get after another episode of full NFT coverage, the entire industry. We got zombies coming in. Buff took a line of bath salts before we even started. That's what he told me, just to get in the mood.
Don't do that.
Become
Secrecy.
I tried. Yeah,
The trust has been broken.
Listen, it's out now, and this episode is out now. You guys need to calm down in the chat. We're going to get started. We're on time always. You got to know that. But anyways, full episode of NFT Live. No bath salts, I promise. We are going to cover a bunch of NFTs. We've got Zombie State University, a really cool project that is upcoming and launching here very shortly that we'll touch with the team on and get all the info that they've got going on there. We've got a full slate, of course, of NFT news from the past 3 or 4 days. Buffalo is going to take us around the Cryptoadz universe, I think, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, man, I'm excited for this episode. I'm just ready. I'm just ready to cover NFTs.
Dude, you're ready, and I love it, man. We have ourselves a great Ladz Day. Some of y'all have been probably calling Friday for many years. It's Ladz Day. All right, it's a special time here in Ladz City. Later on after this show, DJ Savage is going to be doing a broadcast on Ladz City Radio. He's going to be blasting some tunes and having a great time interviewing some amazing people in the space. So stick around on Ladz City after this broadcast. We've got a great couple of guys here. We're going to talk about a zombie project, as you guys saw the theme song that we opened up here. A little cover of the Cranberries' Zombie. And man, I'm ready. Let's get into it, brother. It's been a crazy week. And where do we start, man? Where do we start?
Yeah, we're obviously gonna start with some things going on in Ladz City. We're gonna touch on our sponsor for the week, but I want to give a shout out to the people that are just joining us right when we press go live. Of course, Hash Rhymes, DJ Savage is in the house. We've got Matt Radke, we've got Mylene, we have let's see, we've got This Is What Space Smells Like, which I'm a big fan of that name. Prodigy's in the house, Bonsai's in the house, Choina. I mean, you guys are really kicking off the episode right here. So we appreciate you starting the episode with us. I want to give a big shout out to our sponsor on today's episode, Uniqly. Uniqly is launching a platform to buy, sell, trade digiphysical goods. They just launched their marketplace. We just covered this the other day, but now people are creating their own digiphysical pieces here. So as you can see, you got the little QR code there. These aren't a part of any project. These are literal digiphysical goods that are being created just by the community, and you can kind of see the variety that's going on here, Buff. So I want to give a huge shout out to Uniqly. Their devs are crazy, man. They're just pumping out products, and they're working with a lot of interesting people in the space, as you can see. Oh, Blaskowitz. Interesting.
Yeah, man. Jan, big fight coming up too. Very excited. I didn't know he was in here though. That is nice to see. You're gonna see a lot of fighters coming into the NFT space pretty soon.
Yeah, 100%, man. Win Flow, win UFC. But we got Bryson there. We got Crypto Stash. Excited to get our marketplace up there on Uniqly as well. So big shout out to our sponsors. But episode for this week, or for this Friday, is going to include, we already talked about it, Zombie State University, where they seem to have a really cool product that we're going to touch on. We have Cryptoadz. We've got creature toads being hacked, and the ETH was returned in this weird, environment and situation. Fancy Birds, NFT Market Recap, Sandbox, Parallels doing some dope stuff. Animoca Brands has a lot of money. And we're going to touch on some metadata stuff. Mutant Ape Yacht Club. There was just a merch drop there. We got Star Atlas, Aurory IDO, and a couple new Play To Earn NFT projects, man. That's a big rundown. That's a big rundown.
It always is. I mean, we've been averaging 90 minutes on our shows lately, so let's see if we can get right into it and just give you guys as much alpha as possible, and also a great interview with these zombie affilianos here. Are you ready, man?
I am ready, man. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe. If you're here and it's your first time, this is NFT Live. We're covering the whole NFT industry, putting it in one episode. If you like the content, if you like Buffalo, if you don't like me, you just give the like button, man, and then put a subscribe as well, and then obviously comment along. There are a lot of NFT enthusiasts in the house. Shout out to Xpile, who I just saw joining NFT Live. So without further ado, we will get to our guest today, Zombie State University. Let's roll the clip and then bring the team in. All right, and we have the class of 2021 here, or maybe they're like president, co-president. We have Josh and Fungible Human here to talk about Zombie State University and everything that they've got going on, man. Cool trailer, by the way, guys.
Thank you. Happy Ladz Day, folks.
Hey, well said, sir.
It's Ladz Day somewhere, so I'm
This guy gets it.
starting.
We're
the faculty,
Hey,
by
how are
the
you
way.
guys doing?
We're doing good, man. Right before the episode, you asked if we are a wet episode or a dry episode, and we said no,
Yeah.
of course. Drink on the
It's
episode.
a dry
You guys
show,
said
'cause
you
I
guys said you were
drinking.
you guys said you were a wet campus as well. Take me through what's going on with Zombie State University, man. What is it? What do you guys have coming up? And then we'll just dive deep and see where this conversation goes, man.
Yeah, we're still in that early stage of like running our community, getting people interested in what we're doing. But Zombie State University started as simply like I think a lot of these things start up as is one person comes to another person and says, "Hey, you can do art. Do you know what NFTs are?" And kind of build off of that. And so that's what happened. A friend of mine contacted me and asked and said he had a couple friends that wanted to try something, but they didn't have an artist. So they came to me, and together I started just drawing pictures and coming up with stuff, and just sort of throwing together random concepts for what could work. But I'm a horror filmmaker and a horror comic artist, and I do all my stuff is sort of in a horror, but a cartoony horror world. And zombies just kind of made sense.
Yeah, we're looking at the art here, and I want to kind of break down why we went with the route of a university, a state university type of lore here. I really like the idea of having a campus as your Discord and everything you guys are building out here, man. So take me behind kind of the thought process with having the zombies, but also incorporating this lore of it being a state university.
It's so funny because I didn't come up with the university part. I started drawing zombies and was like, what if we go with zombies? Because I know I can draw a goofy looking zombie that we can have a ton of different crazy bloody assets and fun, odd stuff. And one of the team members threw out the concept of college. And I was like, that's the worst idea ever. I hated college. College was like the worst time of my life. And I almost preach, like, if you're going to be an artist, don't go to college, just go make art. And then we started talking about it, and we were like, well, what would happen if zombies took over and humans were no longer? What would that lore be like? And we started thinking about they would congregate in a sort of campus. They would come together in like a community. And the college idea of trying to find yourself, trying to find enlightenment, trying to find something bigger after you've been, you've taken over society was fun to me. And it was something I've never seen with zombies before. So we kind of ran with that idea. And as we adapted it, I started getting all these stories for characters in my head and how we could build this campus and the Discord becoming our campus. And it just sort of naturally evolved. And that was one of the fun things about this project, was it was so different than filmmaking or doing a comic book or, you know, running a show or something like that. This was able to evolve, and I didn't have a whole lot of people breathing down my neck telling me, you can't put a worm behind a guy, you can't, you know, draw a dog in a zombie cartoon, you can't put a plague doctor mask on these things. I could do whatever I wanted, and that was sort of the fun and the art of it. And then once we had the Discord going, I was able to, you guys saw just a minute ago, me on the stream actually drawing a predator mouth, and that came from people in my Twitch feed just saying, hey, you're live in drawing these NFTs, would you do a predator mouth? And I was like, sure, what the heck. And the past like 3 weeks, the community has actually helped me make assets, and we're in the Discord right now talking about a couple more legendaries that we're going to let the community vote on, and I'm going to draw them live with the community.
This is amazing. Sorry, I had to switch some things out there. I'm very curious. You said you've been working on horror movies before. Like, is there any features that you were a part of? Or you've been doing?
So I've directed I've directed 2 feature films. One just played at Fright Fest. It's called Greywood's Plot. It's a low budget. Both my features are super low budget. I made my first one with Robert Rodriguez's Rebel Without a Crew TV series. It was called The Good Exorcist. Made it for $7,000. We shot it in 14 days. It was just me and my friend basically, and then we had a couple other people come on the show. And then but I've also worked in the industry for 10 years doing animations with Kevin Smith. I work with Troma. Troma is actually putting out The Good Exorcist in a couple months on Blu-ray, and it's on Troma now and stuff. But so this was very different. The NFT world is very, very over my head, and I haven't let Funge talk at all, but because we're talking about the art. But Funge took over all of that stuff. Like really, I am so ignorant to the world of NFTs, and I've actually learned more watching your guys' show, going back to old episodes and then talking on the Discord to people. I went from 3 weeks ago when I started it was a little more than 3 weeks ago we started the art, but 3 weeks ago we were like actually had enough assets to go, oh, we can do this, and started the Discord and really like started pushing this thing. In the last 3 weeks though, I've gone from knowing almost nothing besides I need to draw assets to like loving this community and realizing how awesome this all is.
Josh, you're clearly a star, man. I really like the artwork as well. The ability to kind of show us how you created that alien predator mouth there on the zombie was awesome. Clearly, really cool art. I do want to bring Funge in here. I want to talk about kind of the upcoming roadmaps. I want to talk about kind of what your experience has been creating this product, and then we'll make our way to what's up next.
Yeah, for sure. I think once we started working together with Josh, I think, you find that like, what are we really doing here? We're building a project around like this vision, this art. And, when we started looking at how can we support that with a roadmap, it's easy to throw together some things, right? Like, oh, we're going to do a merch drop. We're going to sweep the floor. Like that stuff doesn't cost us anything, but we're building a real universe here that we care about. And, when you look at that, I think we started some conversations and ended up in a place where we're going to be doing some things that are new, and in some ways they're like complicated and going to introduce some game theory and cooperative games into our community. But one of those mechanisms that we're super excited about is projects ask themselves like, what can we do after the mint to help like drive value back to our collectors? You see a lot of projects these days doing things where like, well, let's do a burning mechanism. Everything's going to become rarer. We're going to incentivize people to burn their tokens, and there'll be fewer of them out there, and that's going to drive up price. But when we look at like what Josh is creating here, we get to the question of like, why would we destroy this art? So what we're really looking at is, well, what if we took the exact opposite approach? Instead of destroying art, reducing supply, why don't we look at like, hey, what would it be like if we incentivized people to, instead of locking these things away in their wallets and never to look at again, what if we incentivize people to actually like crawl through the collection and try to own a bunch of our zombie students over time? So that's what we're doing here. We've got everything you see here in these characters, but there's there's a bunch more traits that are not going to be available yet at mint, and the community is going to have to work together to unlock them and know what they are. So we're really pumped about that. And you know, it sets us up. It says this isn't just a project that's going to drop and walk away. Like, we're in it for the long haul, and we hope our community is there with us.
And to be clear, I love this, but I also hate it because it made me make some of my most favorite art I've ever made in my life is hidden behind these things, and I can't show it. I keep being told, like, shut up, Josh, don't talk about that, don't do that. And I'm like, can I post just one of these things? And they're like, no, don't post them.
Yeah, the alpha with a lot of these projects, man, especially as people are starting to hold. Do you guys have anything planned for Halloween? I know a lot of these projects are kind of trying to take advantage of that, and with your theme, what's going on Halloween for you guys?
You know what's funny about that is this has been a common theme. And when we first started this, when I was throwing out ideas, my mind as like a filmmaker was like, well, let's jump on the Halloween of it. Let's do pumpkins. Like, let's go all in on like, pumpkin headed characters. And they were like, no, that like puts us just in Halloween. We want to live on past that. And so we didn't really do that much with Halloween. It's funny because my mind almost went the opposite way of like, zombies wouldn't have Halloween. They wouldn't care about that. It's naturally built into these characters that there's Halloween elements. You can see on the site there's a pumpkin, and originally I thought about like putting that pumpkin as an asset. It's not even in there. I didn't even do a jack-o'-lantern in the assets because we were so my mind went a completely different direction of like, no, these zombies are a community now. They're building their own traditions. Why would they stay with the human Halloween? Which is me thinking way too much about the story and characters of it all.
No.
I did, and who knows? Next week I'm going to be live drawing a legendary on my Twitch feed, and if the vote is for a like jack-o'-lantern character, that might be what it was. I think right now Zombie Jesus is in the running, so we'll see what that's one of the top ones. I think there's a zombie, what's the is it Honey Nut Cheerios has a bee, or who has the bee character from the cereal?
Yeah, I think
it's
Honey Nut.
Honey Nut, yeah. So someone wants that. There's been a Winnie the Pooh that got drawn that people are now like, you got to do your version of Winnie the Pooh. That's what's glorious about this community.
The fan art is awesome.
Yeah,
the fan art is amazing. It's the most fan art I've ever got for anything I've ever made, and I absolutely adore it.
Josh, you mentioned that you like dove deep into NFTs just over the past month. What's the biggest thing you've learned from like community building or just the NFT space in general that you didn't know a month ago?
You know what's really surprising is that's a great question, and like what the biggest thing I learned was literally like why NFTs? Like, from an outsider who like is still paying with a debit card and money, I was like, why are we even using crypto like this for art? Like, this is such a silly concept. And now I'm like, it makes so much sense. You guys know, I don't have to explain it to you, but to someone like me 3 weeks ago, that was nonsense. The other big thing I learned is just how much the community cares about these things. Because as I was getting into it, I'm like, okay, so this is all just, buying and selling. It's like a stock. And I quickly realized that that's not actually the truth. There's like this happy balance of collector, love of the art, and the element of selling and trading and stuff. And it's really complicated, but it's really just like a wonderful, it's awesome. It's such a new realm for art. And for me as an artist, it means a lot that we're in this changing moment for the medium.
I love that, man. You guys have class of 2021 here, School of Gross Arts. So you guys got your first drop October 28th, 2021. So literally in, let me see, I lost track of the days, in about 6 days. So let me know, how can people get involved if they want to get involved in this project and are interested in acquiring a zombie here? How do they go about kind of pre-registering? And then, we can jump into some other questions before we let you guys go.
Yeah, come join us on Twitter. Come to campus, hang out with us on Discord. We still have whitelist spots open, so come in here, save on gas, join the university, and help us all unlock more of Josh's art together.
So I'm looking at some of these zombies here, and Josh, I can see that you definitely went ahead and created one of yourself here. Do you want to break down what's going on with this guy?
I did myself. And one of the things my wife says, she looks at these collages of characters and she's like, this is literally your insanity in like a Where's Waldo of things. Because there's little aspects of my life in some of these characters, things I love. In this picture next to my little avatar, you could see like a character with fingers on the top of its head. My wife hates, I draw fingers on everything. It probably comes from me always flailing my hands and moving my fingers. But yeah, so the teddy bear that's behind me is from my movie The Good Exorcist. There's an evil teddy bear that pukes in the priest's face. The video camera was actually my first video camera I ever owned, that I filmed my first short films as an 11-year-old or 10-year-old on. And then the shirt, I wear flannel all the time. I took it off right before we started. I took my flannel off because I was too hot, but I'm always wearing flannel. And then the little, you can see the little bit of a crown on my shirt. That's from, I always wear merch from El Rey Network, was the network that put out our show. And their logo is like a orange crown. And I when I was on the show, they were handing out, swag. So they had t-shirts everywhere. So I took like 100 t-shirts and used them in my monsters in my movie. I put them in the props. And after I was done, I had covered them all in fake blood. And they were just like, just take them. We're not going to wash them. You just keep all the shirts. So half of my wardrobe is now El Rey Network t-shirts.
Nice. Is that easy swag? So I see also, is that a Lazy Lions up there in the top left? Do you have other PFP
There's a few
projects?
in that one. Yeah, I really love the community, so I started, doing some references to other NFTs. I think in that same one, there's 3. I don't know. Should I say who they are? Funds, you should probably tell people who they are if you want.
Yeah. So one of the things, right? Like, what's the lore here? The zombies have won. We finally conquered Earth. Humans are gone, and we're recreating the world in our image. And one of the things that we got to do is, share knowledge for this new peaceful future of ourselves. And we think that there's a lot of great stuff going on off campus that other people are working on across the metaverse that's worth learning from. So what we did, as you noted here, we named 6 other projects out there across DeFi and NFTs that we call our ZSU Institutes. They got something to teach us. So in that image, there's actually 3 of them depicted. Lazy Lions, the t-shirt is from the Glitches, one of our favorite projects out there. And the glasses are from a DeFi project called PyDAO that's teaching all of us how to work together to make money for all of us instead of it being competitive markets. So we love all of that. We think that we want to invite them on campus, and part of our higher learning roadmap where you can unlock more art. There's going to be a mechanism in there that's really unique, where there's benefits to holding both Zombie State University student NFTs and also holding tokens from our institutes. So we hope that our community goes out and explores these other projects, and we invite them to come hang with us too.
Guys, this was an amazing breakdown of the project. We need like a sponsorship program or some type of internship in Ladz City and connecting the lore for ZSU and Ladz City. We could definitely create that in our own city ourselves. So
yeah, and I don't know if people saw it at the beginning, but I did a Ladz, like a shirt with a logo on it too, with the logo on it, and I was really that one was really fun to do, and being able to break down the body and like make that asset. Yeah, right there it is. I love it. It's just so fun for me.
That is a great breakdown, dude. I appreciate you talking about Ladz City the way you were in NFT Live and how it was your education piece there, but also doing this asset here. We really appreciate it, and we definitely are following the project and are going to get involved.
I love it, man.
That's fantastic. And yeah, for me as an outsider trying to learn what's going on, having a show like this to be able to, listen to you guys, be entertaining and fun, but also, break down what's happening. It makes it a lot more tangible for a lot of us. And I think that's where we need to go and what needs to happen. So I appreciate you all.
Thanks, man.
Much love, man. There you go. Appreciate you guys. I'm loving this. Zombies is a huge part for me, man. Return of the Living Dead is one of my favorite zombie movies of all time. So hearing that you guys are coming on about it, man, that's a good one.
We did Return of the Living Dead as I've been running a movie night every Friday night. I screen a movie on our Discord, or we run it through a different app, but it's our Discord hops on and we talk about it. This week we're going to do Reanimator, and tonight I'm going to do Reanimator, and then last week we did Return of the Living Dead. Nice. And it was so awesome being in there with people who had never seen it, where I'm a movie guy. Like, I know all these old B movies, and I keep throwing out movies where everyone's like, I don't want to watch House 1985. That's too weird. So I've been trying to find like this happy medium of B movie cheesy, but we can also kind of Mystery Science Theater 3000 it and have some fun. And it was such a blast watching Return of the Living Dead, and all of us were on the Discord, like throwing up jokes as we were watching it and making fun of it. But also, like, by the time we were done, everyone was like, that's a masterpiece. Like, that is such an amazing movie. And I hope the same thing happens tonight with Reanimator, because if it doesn't, I'm going to feel really bad, because it's one of my favorite movies ever made.
Right. You get that where you're showing other friends or girlfriends or anybody your favorite movie, and they're like looking at their phone or not paying attention. You're like, you're missing it. You're missing it. So,
exactly. And in our run of NFTs, if you're a horror fan, which the communities don't necessarily overlap, but I had to do my part to like let my freak flag fly. If you dig horror movies, you're going to find a lot of little hidden references to some real B movies and weird stuff. One of my favorite assets I was able to make was a Belial from Basket Case, and being able to do a Belial from Basket Case, I actually have it right here. I have a statue of Belial from Basket Case.
Damn.
And so, like, being able to do that in this world of NFTs was just so fun.
Guys, you absolutely killed this interview. We are going to be, I think, working together with you closely, hopefully, if we can, as you guys build out the product, because I think there are some cool synergies there. But thanks again for coming on. We need to split a beer one time as well. I'm getting kind of jealous as you chug that beer
Anytime. Anytime.
All right, we had Josh and Funge in from Zombie State University. Thanks again, guys. We will be talking to you guys soon. So appreciate you coming in. Everyone that's listening at home, October 28th, you can go to their website, zombiestateuniversity.com. Pre-register right now for that drop. But really excited, man. Thanks, guys.
Have you seen Return of the Living Dead, Q?
I have not. And I know you're gonna download the movie. You're gonna put it on Google Drive. You're not gonna rip it. You're just going to make me rent it or something.
Make you rent it? Actually, I'm glad that we were talking about it with Josh about movie night, because Halloween, you're going to be on a yacht in New York with a bunch of the Bored Ape, but I'm going to be doing a haunted movie marathon here in Ladz City in the movie theater. If y'all hung around last Christmas, I did a Christmas thing one. This time, 24 hours of scary movies in the Ladz City movie theater for all y'all who don't have lives like me and want to hang out in Ladz City on Halloween and watch scary movies.
You could have been on that yacht. I got an ape waiting for you, dude. But anyways, if you want like a really good look at a community, just like an Easter egg of finding a good community, because we talk about that all the time, right? You have to find the good teams if you want to have long-term success. Like even a project like Metaverse, it's not about the art. It's more about having updates, having the founders care. I mean, an Easter egg for good communities is the founders coming in and hosting movie nights. Like, what communities do that? If they do that, they're gonna win long term, guaranteed, man, guaranteed,
dude. And we're in a PFP. Look at that, Ladz City right there, man. We've made it, Q. We've made it.
We made it. Here we are, Mama. We made it. And Mama, we made it to the NFT
you said
Weekly
Mama
News.
Or Llama?
No, well, I could say both. Llama, we made it to the end of the interview. We are at NFT Weekly News. We got a lot to cover this week. It kind of always starts in the morning with us, where we're like, all right, we have some stories that we wanted to get in, but are we going to have enough stories to cover the entire time? And then by the end of it, we are just like, what are we removing? So that actually happened today. So we know there's a lot of stuff going on. If you guys have NFT news that you want us to cover, drop it in the chat. You know where to put it. And we are going to cover, I think, like 10 different stories in the industry, starting with the best project that ever existed ever in Buffalo's mind. I don't know. You take it away, dude. You go ahead.
I was going to let you finish and say those magic words.
Our vibe, our tribe. I don't know. What do you want me to say?
I want you to
roll
say
it.
Cryptoadz.
Eat your heart out.
If y'all like the unofficial theme song from Cryptoadz, Well, guess what? There have been some more artists coming out, and they've actually created an episode. Enough talk. Let's watch.
Toadz.
What's up, my amphibian? Welcome to the swamp.
Yo, what you smoking on, homie? It smells like salamanders and used motor oil. Ooh-wee!
Yeah, man, that's that green algae. It's a vibe. And them flies dig the vibes.
Ah, okay. Let me hit that then. You see, I'm out here trying to make this floor rise up so I can cop a Lambo soon. Then all them flies be buzzing around me. Yee!
I hate to break it to you, bro, but the floor is lava.
What's up, Q? You want more? How about a music video?
It's a vibe. It's a vibe. Everybody in the lily hit the vibe. It's a vibe. It's a vibe. Everybody in the lily hit the vibe. It's a vibe. It's a vibe. Everybody in the lily hit the vibe. It's a vibe. It's a vibe. Everybody in the lily hit the vibe. Hey, posted in the swamp where we living. The floor is like lava and we swimming. Every day is like Toadz giving. WA, GMI, yeah, we winning. The lilies love me, I'm freshly minted. Getting paid every time you hear a ribbit. Got these other JPEGs that I'm flipping, but I can never sell my toes. Shout out the Gremlin. What up, Modi? Loaf and the OG. Everybody in the lily pad is the homie. It's a grotto. Vibe is the motto. Pockets so fat like we all hit the lotto. GM today and a GM tomorrow. If you see a Toad on Twitter, man, you gotta hit the follow. We're going to the moon like Apollo, so we stay cold-blooded. Yeah, we icy like gelato. It's a vibe. It's a vibe. Everybody in the lily hit the vibe. It's a vibe. It's a vibe.
This Louis C. Rhymes?
I don't know, man.
It's a vibe. Everybody in the lily hit the vibe. It's a vibe. It's a vibe. Everybody in the lily hit the vibe.
There's a twerking frog at the Buffalo. What have you turned NFT Live into, man? I love it, dude.
Central, bro. I love it. DJ Simon's like, man, I gotta get me some ETH so we can get a Toad.
That was really well done,
Right?
It was a meme at first, and then it turned into actually a legit.
It's a vibe,
video.
bro. It's a vibe.
It is. It's a vibe. So a lot of cool comments coming through. Everyone was loving that. LMAO, LMAFO, FAO. Choina was talking about. Damn, it's in my head again. Yeah, that the Cryptoadz is never leaving.
Yeah,
It never leaves you. Once it's there, it stays. Lori was actually giving a good comment here. Just here saying hi and go Alluvium. Excited about this Flappy Birds game too. We're going to get to that in a second. And y'all showing cool NFT art. Yeah, we are doing that. You know who also does that? Art Start Now.
That's right.
Saturday. There's a good episode coming. You said you did you watch that one already on Saturday?
Yeah, I watched the sneak preview for they recorded it on Tuesday, and they're getting better. They're getting better and better by the second, man. That show is just evolving right before our eyes. And if a baby has to learn to crawl and then walk and then run and then drive a bike or drive a car, these guys are taking one step and jumping 10 steps. This next episode is amazing, man. I can't wait for everybody to watch it on Saturday. And that team, along with our neighborhood uncle, Fun Uncle, it's dope, man. That show is super dope.
Neighborhood Uncle, Fun Uncle. Love it. I always try to recreate like his one-liners at the beginning of the episode. I always try to remember them, but I never get it. And I'm just going to move on to the next piece here. But yeah, shout out to those guys, DB's crew. You guys are absolutely killing it. Art Start Now on Saturdays on the channel. So I think this is a derivative project, of Toadz. So you had Creature Toadz come out recently. So I've got the story here. This is via NFT Plazas. They do a great job of breaking this down in the news each week. You actually had Creature Toadz come out, and there was a phishing scam on Discord. So someone posed as the admin or was able to get the admin password or something like that, posed as the admin, dropped a link saying, hey, we went live. Here's your chance to mint. 88 ETH later, they basically phished the community. So people obviously were pissed. But this actually took a weird turn because the hacker then returned all of the ETH. So just wanted to give this spotlight out to this interesting situation with Cryptoadz. I'm sure it bodes well for their kind of notoriety if they have this piece of news happen and then the ETH was returned. You can kind of see the image there now where the hacker is talking to one of the team members, and it looks like all the ETH was returned. So no harm, no foul here on Cryptoadz. Interesting story though, Buff.
That's crazy that they would steal all that and return it and be like, hey, that was a test. We were just testing your security. Get it together, guys. You know, maybe they're doing it for the good of all communities. I don't know, man. That's kind of a crazy story. I remember hearing about it right away because Cryptoadz, if you had a Cryptoad, you got a Cryptoad. But old Buffalo was asleep at the wheel and then saw that. So craziness with the hacks, man. They're getting inside the Discords now, so y'all need to protect yourself and never send your seed keys to anybody. I don't care if your mom or your grandma's asking for them. Ain't nobody needs those keys but you.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, man. So that was a bit of a story here. So definitely watch out and make sure it's coming from the team. Tough to actually get in front of this, right? When you have an admin or quote unquote an admin post the mint address, it's like, you know, what do? You want to be in there before the actual sellout happens. So this one was an interesting situation, but glad the funds were returned. The next story is going to be Fancy Birds, which is a little bit of a play off of Flappy Birds, a really, you know, popular game here in like the early aughts, like 2013, 14. This has a weird origin story, but I'm going to play the actual game here for you guys so you guys can get a look at how the gameplay is going to go. Some chicken derby vibes with this, Buff. You've got essentially a pretty, you know, easy game, but you have the play to earn aspect. You can earn tokens. They're having an upcoming sale for their NFT assets. So I'm going to play a little bit of this gameplay here, and then I'm going to come back and break down the project for you guys.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Watch out, watch out, watch out. Oh, up. Oh.
That guy was not very good at this game.
Round 2. Oh.
So a little bit of the gameplay there, and then we can go to the website here that I've got up, Buff, to kind of look at. So again, pixelated kind of version here of what they've got going on. It's going to be an NFT Play To Earn game. Learn to fly. So I guess it's fly to earn, apparently. You'll be able to see the roadmap here as well. So they're launching. I'm going to show you a Cointelegraph article that they just released. There's going to be a Metaverse plot. Multiplayer, they're gonna have staking, token airdrops, which are, you know, super important if you're watching for an alpha piece there, and then 2022 Q2 new game modes, land expansion into mobile, and then you see some of the NFT assets here. So I really got turned on to this team here because there was a Cointelegraph article. So Cointelegraph's, you know, it's one of the better, I would say, you know, spots to find more kind of under the radar news. So we have major DeFi founders back play to earn game that hopes to be the next Flappy Bird. So this actually breaks down a little bit of the origin story here. So Kieran Warwick, founder of Illuvium, if you didn't know, says, and this was on September 27, 2021, play to earn Flappy Bird, where are you at? So I don't know if this was, you know, Kieran's always been noticeably, you know, strategic with his tweets, attacking Axie Infinity a little bit. But then we have the comment here right away from Fancy Bird saying right here, launching soon. Well, now we see Synthetics, Kieran Warwick. We have Stanny from Aave, Barnbridge. They're all basically in this seed round to back this project, Buff. There's going to be an FNC token. Like I said, there's going to be some NFT assets a la like a chicken derby where the assets you play in game, those are going to be the ones that you're buying here in the upcoming NFT sale. So wanted to give a quick shout out to this team. Game hasn't launched yet. I believe the sale is forthcoming. But what do you think, Buff?
I think it could be a winner, man. You think of Angry Birds and a lot of those easy, super addictive types of games that if there's DeFi and there's NFTs, winner, man. Yeah, I think with that kind of team behind it, look out. So, I mean, I'm down. I'm totally down. I don't know if I would actually play it a lot, though, but as an early investor, count me in, man.
Yeah, 100%, man. I think you can see the mint coming soon. And we were talking before the episode, and it was like, how is this a play to earn game? How is this going to continue to make money? Things like that. But then you think about Flappy Birds, right? The game that was on mobile, how much money Flappy Birds pulled in, and it doesn't get that ridiculous to say, you could have a play to earn mechanic added to that.
Yeah,
so
easily. Well, maybe not easily, but yeah.
Yeah, we're still following Chicken Derby too. We don't have them on the rundown today, but we do have them in the kind of queue here that we'll touch on relatively shortly, man. So, all right, really quick, I want to get you guys' take on the NFT market. I do have Bitcoin there on the thumbnail. There's a larger conversation to be had around Bitcoin's run up here and how it's related to the NFT market. And I want to get Buff's take too, but drop your take in chat. Where is the NFT market as it stands today as we go over some statistics as we see? So Bored Ape Yacht Club sold for 2.68 million, one of the larger sales for Bored Apes there. You can see it looks like Axie Infinity is running away with it this week. Doodles, we covered that project, I believe, on Tuesday. And then we have CryptoPunks Kaiju Kings kind of rounding out the top there. 7% decrease for Axie there. We have a 50% increase for CryptoPunks. And of course, Kaiju Kings is relatively new, so 67% increase there. NFT markets, still a close race here, Buffalo, between Rarible and OpenSea.
Yeah, right.
500 mil to 3 million. We'll see what Coinbase does. We'll see what Shoyu does. I know FTX launched their NFT marketplace. So hopefully we start to see some volume get added here from those exchanges. New collectibles, Jungle Freaks, I did not even get into. Metasaurs, we covered that on the project or on the NFT Live, I think 2 weeks ago. Super rare here, a Nifty Gateway and Foundation along with Hen over there on Tezos, rounding out the top 4 for Cryptoadz sales. So really, we're kind of status quo right now, but I want to get everybody's take. What does the market look like kind of in a month, 2 months time? Does Bitcoin go up to 200K? Let's ping Fun Uncle. What are your takes, Buffalo, on how Bitcoin in this run-up right now is affecting NFTs?
I think Ethereum is definitely affecting NFTs more than Bitcoin in the sense of transactional costs, and there's probably a lot of people that aren't minting as much, seeing the price of Ethereum going up, along with people that might not be holding their projects because they want to get back into ETH as this pump. So, but Bitcoin, of course, is the one that's leading the way, and kind of, I get vibes of 2017, man. I definitely think this could be another run up at the end of the year. But dear God, I don't want 2022 to be like 2018 in the sense of the space. So I'm nervous. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little nervous when I see these run ups. Kind of want everything to just take it easy. Everybody calm down. Can we pull to the side of the road on a field trip and everybody go outside and stretch a little bit? Can we just take it easy, man? That's where I'm at. Let's
see. I've got comments here in the chat related to Flappy Birds or Fancy Birds. Choin is saying Ethereum go up, NFTs go down. I think the gas piece that you're touching on is definitely important, man. We've seen some whitelisting even have some negative effects, and we didn't see that initially, right? Where if we had the whitelist, the gas fees were okay. Well, even now with Ethereum running up, we see some people paying ridiculous fees during these mint processes.
Yep. They've conditioned me to be okay with $200 to use it. It's a sad time, bro. $200 just to buy anything or give you an NFT. I'll have to spend $200 in gas. It's just madness.
ETH 2.0, for those of you that are kind of following the crypto space and are deep in it, we know we've been waiting for ETH 2.0 or at least some news. I think even back last year, they said ETH 2.0 by the end of 2021. Well, that's not happening. There hasn't been any news related to even a Q1, Q2 of 2022. So I don't know what is happening with ETH 2.0. I don't think we ever have really. It's kind of been a meme up to this point. So Solana, Avalanche will start to kind of make its name known. We know Polygon as well. These are all going to do well when Ethereum is kind of languishing along. You hate to call it languishing when it's hitting all-time highs, but as far as from a production standpoint and an ecosystem standpoint, it needs ETH 2.0, and we still don't know a timeline.
Yeah, usability right now is just getting worse and worse. So, come on. Get it together, Ethereum.
get your shit together, put it in a box. I've got some Sandbox, not Sandlot buff. I've got some Sandbox news that we could touch on here for a second. If you want some Halloween news, it looks like there are some assets that you can pick up, and this runs until October 22nd, and that's today. So be on the lookout here on the Sandbox Marketplace. A few different NFTs are dropping. Killer Teddies, Black Plague Doctors, Stone Altered NFTs, and Mr. Pumpkin that we saw up here. So all of these are available on the Sandbox Marketplace. Wanted to give a quick shout out to our good friends, the Sandbox over here. So quick piece of news there. I think it's a quick piece of news, and it's good, Buff, because I think we were waiting on a call from Yacht over there at Animoca Brands. Animoca Brands has been making some moves. And let's go live from the Animoca Brands studios and see what they're up to. This is not how I remember Animoca Brands studio. Wow.
Made some changes. they're feeling pretty good over there. You know? Hopefully it's a multi-sig vault here. Okay.
That's Bitcoin, I think. You can't touch it.
Is that got a rat? What is it? Animoca, doing well.
So that's a quick one from Animoca Brands. I don't know where in the world that is. That looked like, I think it's in Hong Kong. So it looks a little different than I remember it, but still. Shout out to Animoca Brands, and this really kind of ties into our story here. Animoca Brands raising $65 million at a $2.2 billion valuation. Ooh-wee. So, that video that we just showed was a live, piece there from the studios, man. I mean, they are raking in the cash, and more power to them, man, because really that's who we want at the forefront of our space and leading the space as it comes to funding, as it comes to setting up for development. I mean, all of these things. Like, Buff, look at this portfolio really quick, okay? Just these 4 projects here. Animoca Brands, well-known investments, OpenSea, Dapper Labs, Star Atlas, Axie Infinity, and Bitsky. I mean, even if they didn't, and there are probably 50 other investments on that list that they've helped, start to create and start to fund and really get the oil going in this industry going forward, man. Like they really did a lot on the forefront when this industry was really small. So, yeah, shout out to Yacht Sui here. You can see the investors here that took part. Really, it really can't happen to anybody, better, and any team that was better, man. Axie had trouble raising $800K back in the day, $800,000, and Animoca Brands is one of them. That was, took the bet on Axie Infinity there, and they're doing a lot with a lot of different projects in the space. Phantom Galaxies will be involved in hopefully here over the next year. So yeah, man, big time things from Animoca Brands.
Yeah, first movers, man, and it's the like you said, 800,000 was a problem to raise. Apparently now 2.2 billion is nothing in this market, as people can kind of see who's got themselves positioned for massive growth, and Animoca is definitely one of them. Congrats,
100%.
It's awesome.
Truth. Okay, so we got some others. I'm gonna move parallel a little bit down here, Buff. I want to touch on a drop that happened today. So we had a Mutant Ape Yacht Club utility piece here. We've been talking about it. Get your Mutant Apes, not investment advice, but there's going to be utility for Mutant Apes. And we had this Genesis merch drop here. So this happened earlier today. You can see there was a limited edition skate deck as well as a Mutant Ape Yacht Club. There were a couple different things, and I think Bored Ape Yacht Club was retweeting a couple of different things. So I don't know if the mayo was involved. I didn't see the mayo when I was picking up mine, but you can see there you had some beanies, you had some shirts, you had some hoodies. I was able to actually get one of these skate decks. It looks like they sold out. So interesting Interesting thing there with the skate deck. But yeah, Mutant Ape Yacht Club, man, just wanted to give you guys a shout out again.
What's up with that mayo?
Mutant Apes.
I don't get it.
I don't know.
Want Mutant Ape
Yacht.
mayo?
Yeah, I don't even know what the O stands for there, but we instead of MAYC, they got a little MAYO. So yeah. So big things that happen in there. Again, there are going to be a lot of utility pieces for owning Mutant Apes, and they're at a fraction of the price of Bored Apes. So big time stuff there. Okay. Next story I want to go into, Buff, let's stay on Bored Ape a little bit. We have a little bit of metadata info that I think you wanted to touch on, Bored Apes being one of them, but we were kind of talking about our NFTs a little bit that we're going to have on our network, and we got some info, and we're kind of just going down the rabbit hole. So what's going on with this NFT metadata, man? And what's the conversation you want to have with myself and the community?
Yeah, everyone's been calling these things NFTs, right? Non-fungible tokens. Well, have you ever gone on OpenSea and gone over to the old Bored Ape Yacht Club and got the FOMO and said, damn it, why didn't I listen to Ronan and Q? And I scroll down saying, man, I might buy one. The floor is only 30 ETH. Then I like sitting here and I go, oh, look at this guy. He's got little Ethereum tokens. And then I go, wait, what's this? These little snowflakes over here. Anybody know what these are for? It says metadata frozen, meaning these Bored Apes are frozen. The metadata is locked. You cannot adjust these. You can't change them. You can't make this guy's hat go over here and switch him out. All of this is locked, which increases the value that nobody's going to manipulate this. I never thought about this. See, the creators have all the metadata hosted on a server, and then they have a backup of it. But if they ever had a change in the original master metadata, these NFTs would then get requeried by OpenSea, and when they're queued up again, they could change. And a lot of NFTs do change, and the developers over time add new phases to them, fuse them together, do all sorts of things. But there are very few projects right now that have metadata that is actually frozen. And shout out to Gabe from BitLectro who brought this up to me. And I was just like, holy crap, I never really thought about that. A lot of projects right now could potentially be adjusted or changed, or a disgruntled employee who was on the team goes in and has access and changes some of these NFT that people purchased to look like this, suddenly look like this, and make changes like that. So it's something very interesting, man. I didn't know about or even think about, but the whole non-fungible is not true in the sense of if the metadata is there, it can be changed with access to that. And I haven't seen any projects yet get like that, but it's something interesting to bring up.
Yeah, I wonder, I mean, I remember seeing this when projects would move to like other chains. You would have an NFT that says move to Matic, and it would just be like it wouldn't even show the asset anymore. It would literally just be like a cancel sign, move to Matic. So yeah, I mean, that's a fair point. Like a lot of the NFTs out there, if they don't have that indication, then the metadata isn't locked, and you can definitely have a situation where your NFT isn't your NFT anymore. Or it is, but it's just not what you thought it was.
It's not what you ordered. I ordered a number one. Damn it.
Yeah, so that's going to be something we can follow here. Also, I mean, there's some positives to that as well, right? Like you can refresh metadata and have upgrades to your NFT and things like this. So
yeah, it's two sides of that for sure. And definitely as NFTs evolve, have more utility, can it be an NFT that reads other NFTs like a PFP image? All of that, man, is still there, but it's also a vulnerability that could happen. So I guess over time we'll see if any major projects have some kind of issue with their original metadata that changes the NFTs people actually paid for. I mean, that's a crazy scenario.
Yeah, Lori's talking about that scenario right now. It says cough, Vive, cough. So it looks like there were some assets that maybe, were changed in all of this. So Vive is moving to doing right now from Go to Immutable X. So they might be moving some of their assets to Immutable X there. And then Xbox following up with saying my Avastars are frozen. So yeah, good to have that. If you do have, I mean, each one is going to have its different features, but if you technically have an asset that you don't want to change, or you don't want that project to change that asset, definitely good to have that freeze mechanic there and locked in perpetuity. So, okay, I have a project that I want to touch on. We had parallel on, I believe, like 6 months ago, which is light years, of course, in the NFT space. It was one of the projects at the time where we knew they were going to do well. So much has happened over that time period, but they have some updates that I want to touch on. A big story, though, for sure. It's going to be all over the place a little bit, but we do have some updates. So I'm going to play some assets here that I sent to Buff, and then I've got some or kind of claim functions that we can get into as well. But Buff, can we play that asset that's going to be available later at the end of this month? And then if you are in Parallel and you are here, listening to us, drop some info, because this is a project that we just wanted to cover. We're not involved that much in Parallel, but we see all the updates they have going on, and this is definitely a project you want to stay involved in. So there is the actual drop that's going to happen here, or at least one piece that's going to be here at the end of the month. You can see here on my Twitter, there are physical pieces that are being sent to the community, and they do a great job. Young Content's been getting a lot of content there out when it comes to parallel NFTs and all these physical pack drops. That's not a real drop, everybody. That's a visual. Let's see. Here's some more that we can look at. So we got the physical pieces there. If you do have any info on this upcoming claim here at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard, let me know. But here it is. Here's the info for you. So it says how to faucet. Faucet is an opportunity for you to get a free plus gas parallel NFT. Visit the link we post tomorrow at 5 p.m. So this was posted yesterday. So literally in about 45 minutes, they'll drop a link. Click the button to activate the faucet. Confirm transaction. It's going to cost you some gas, and then you can receive the free NFT card. And then we will, be able to. I don't know if it's going to activate immediately, and I think it's only one per person, Buff. So there's some updates here at the end of the month as well. We have a pack drop number 2 that's happening. This is going to be on October 30th at 5 p.m. And you can see all of the different pieces here. So if you want to get involved in Parallel, it's one that I heavily suggest getting involved in. The physical pieces, along with the pack 2 drop that we see, and just all the things they're doing with their community. You can kind of go in here and see the cards as well. So these are all the different assets that they have on their marketplace. Just a fantastic breakdown of what they're doing here. And shout out to a team that we had on 6 to 7 months ago, Buff, that has just been launching and shipping a lot of their updates.
Love to see it. Love to see a lot of old school guests coming on in and crushing it with their vision and follow through. And the artwork looks dope.
Yeah, they're building out a fantastic lore for this as well. I mean, there's a lot to get involved in here, but I kind of want to stay broad here. I don't want to stick my foot in my mouth with talking about a project that I'm just not invested in. We can't be in everything, right? So. It looks like Flubber saying you need to be logged in to get access to the faucet. So there is a sign up feature, as you can see up here. I'm up here, and that's also a login to a wallet as well. So I don't know if you need to be, and this is why I love having the community here, if you need to be signed up through an email address, or is it just the MetaMask to get that free parallel NFT? So that is upcoming. All right, so we are going to move on to the next piece here. I'm gonna skip over Star Atlas till the next story, because I just want to throw up another project that we talked about on Tuesday. Buff's ready to talk about it, I'm sure. We have Aurory and its IDO absolutely skyrocketing. 118 million has been committed to this IDO. We talked about the process. Being basically there was going to be a window to contribute USDC, and that contribution amount was going to affect the price. So this came out at $2, I think, $2-3 Buff, and more and more USDC has been contributed. At the end of this period, people are going to have the option to either use the USDC that they put in this and claim at the price that this gets set at, or they can withdraw and then the price will go down. So this is crazy. Still 17 hours to go. $17. I believe that puts, I need to check what market cap that puts it at. I might be able to do some quick calculations on my side, but what are your thoughts here as we kind of see Aurory IDO pop out?
Oh man, I haven't been paying attention at all or watching it like it's a countdown to the end of the world. It has been amazing to watch it come out of the gate and shoot up to this price. But yeah, 118 million have been allocated in there. But after the next, we got 17 hours, 44 minutes. After that timer is up, there is a 24-hour period where people can then take that 118 million, any of that you put in there. If you do not want that price that's listed, you can back out. And that will actually apparently drop the price. So it's going to be a whole nother game in itself for the second half of this to kind of watch to see what does the market think of Aurory out of the gate. And a lot of these projects, there's usually people panicking and buying. And hell, I've been involved in a pump and dump back in 2017. I had no idea what the hell I was doing. I don't see this as a pump and dump. I definitely see this as an alternative that's trying to give everybody a chance, not just the NFT holders of Aurory, but everybody to be able to put in money. And then, you know, if you don't like where it's at, you can get out with no issues for the most part. I mean, gas isn't going to be an issue or anything like that too. So I feel like a lot of people will know what they're getting into when they see that price. But look at this, man. I can't wait to play this game.
Yeah, it's gorgeous when it comes to this animation that we're seeing here, and that was kind of a sneak peek trailer. And again, it's going to be a while till the full game comes out. We'll see some alpha hopefully in early 2022. But if you're kind of watching this and wondering, okay, why is this sitting at based on circulating supply, $200 million valuation right now, Buff. So that puts it around 200 million. I would say that puts it in like the 400s maybe at current price. No, it puts it at about 200 to 300 as far as it's related to market cap within like the entire crypto space. If you're wondering why this project's taking off, one, the bar is set fairly low to be creating a game, right? Creating an NFT game right now. This in the traditional gaming space maybe looks normal. In the NFT gaming space, not at all. The fact that they can put out a game early 2022 and it looked like this, it's going to be one of the first. The second piece there, Solana, is absolutely taking off. Anything on Solana right now, if it's a semi-decent project and not a scam, it's going to do well. So you have those two merging here. It's one of the first. It's got that first mover advantage, and it's also on Solana, which everything FTX and Solana touches right now is turning to absolute gold. So I think those two things combined are making it a really, interesting play for everybody involved.
Bro, you're giving me FOMO, and I'm already in on it. Anytime I think more about long-term with this project, it is definitely at the perfect time to position itself for a game that's just going to really wow a lot of people who are dying for NFT games like this. So let's go, baby. Let's go.
I love it, man. Lori is having some good comments. Lori's coming through with some great comments. So I want to give a quick shout out to her in the chat. Choinis, let's see what she's saying. I feel there's more time compared to Illuvium being very time sensitive to ape into Illuvium. Choin is talking about Polis, which is the token for Star Atlas that we'll get to here in a second. Flubber saying, love the way it looks. And then Choin is talking about the IDO, man. So saying a pretty cool way to find price discovery. What your take was kind of talking about how the team in having a successful IDO or at least a process that makes you feel good about the team, correct?
Yeah, they're trying something different because they see what's out there right now that the communities are responding saying, hey, look at what YGG did. And only a few whales were able to scoop up. And others were, only the ones who were lucky enough to get the NFTs got whitelisted to buy the token. They don't want that. They want this distributed to as many people who want to be a part of it and give enough time for everyone to have a chance and not have to deal with gas wars as well. But again, they warn everyone like, hey, there could be a giant whale in here. And I think one person already put 30 million in there that can pull out on the last minute of the last round of it all and adjust that price. And people who got in earlier are going to be like, crap, I didn't know. I thought someone was going to buy at that rate. So it's definitely a game. All of this is a game. Let's be honest. Anything you're doing in this space is a game in some level of it. So
we had a really bad experience, right? And I hate to keep bringing it up. Maybe I'll stop because I really like Gabby and the team over at YGG, but their IDO or their community sale was, gamed essentially, right? By 15 people. So seeing something that maybe is more democratic, we always are going to push that, right? We're always going to, say, hey, this is the way to do it. So it will be interesting to see at the end of it. Buff, if you want small FOMO, I got a tweet here from the Aurory team. Look at the end of this statement here. So we're already almost at $18. And what does that say? The last hours are pretty eventful. So we will see where Aurory ends up. But yeah, it's been fun. And we'll continue to follow Aurory, of course. Shout out to the team there.
Yeah, very excited to see where they go.
Awesome, man. Okay, so we have Star Atlas on the thumbnail there, and I did want to cover them. This was just exciting for me to look at in general. I love the aspect of DAOs entering the play to earn space. Well, really what we have here, Buff, is a DAO of DAOs almost. We have the introducing, and this was via Final Frontier, which I want to give a quick shout out to Crypto Mystic, who dropped their white paper in the house. So Final Frontier is a guild on Star Atlas. Star Atlas is it's basically going to be an MMORPG. If you don't know about Star Atlas, where have you been? And there's going to be these different guilds within Star Atlas where you're going to have guilds that lead different factions. You're going to have guilds that are primarily war-based, so they're going out and battling. It's primarily manufacturing-based, so they're trying to make a lot of money doing that. Well, Final Frontier is doing a great job. They're going to have their own DAO token. But Buff, they've created the United Metaverse Organization's 12 guilds together, forming a larger one DAO. So this is the variety that you're going to get in the Star Atlas space, and it gives me goosebumps to think about all of the things that are going to happen in Star Atlas, man. It was really cool. I'll jump into a couple of these things, but what were your thoughts on just having a guild of guilds almost?
Star Atlas is definitely one where I feel like the guilds, and I've been looking into a couple of the guilds that are starting to come out. It's perfect. I mean, for such a massive project, the guilds within that space are going to be like projects that are built on a blockchain. They're just going to be massive. And so a guild of all guilds, my God, one ring to rule them all is going to be massive, man.
That's scary too, right? You have a decentralized system. What happens if this guild just doesn't let what happens when the guild takes over, right? When the game theory plays out and they become the empire of Star Atlas. Cue the music.
Yeah, well, they're gonna need a rebel guild to battle them. I mean, it's just
there you go.
That's what we gotta do.
Truth, man. All right, so we have a couple more stories, man, and then we'll kind of hop out of the episode here. This came across a couple different NFT media sites that I wanted to cover, a couple different information curation websites. Play to Earn and NFT Plazas both covered this game. So I don't know if it was like a promo or what, but it looked pretty cool. They have some cool backers. Pantera is a big backer. But basically, I'm going to hop into the website here. And this is the world's first move to earn NFT game, Buff. What do you think that means?
No clue.
It means it's a role playing game. Let's see. A GenoPet is your NFT spirit animal encoded with your personality and fitness data.
Uh-oh.
So this is a fitness NFT app on Solana.
Non-fungible buffalo.
My NFT is not going to be moving that much. It's not going to be very big. My fitness tracker data, I'm going to have to throw it on a ceiling fan or something just to make it seem like I'm moving. So as you move, it evolves. You have a role-playing game. You have a battle arena, a la probably like a Pokemon situation here, all related to this move to earn mechanic where you're going to be able to earn for increasing your fitness, I'm assuming. So there's going to be a token involved, KI. So there's your physically play to earning. There's a roadmap there. And again, it's all happening on Solana, as you can see here down at the bottom. So not much known about this project, but I'll definitely drop the links in the description here after the episode is live. So
I like it, though. Something different. Mixing it around in the real world, too, affecting people with a healthy, positive movement, man. I'm interested to see where that goes.
100%. Yeah, we need that. We need that so much. Get me moving, man.
Yeah, man.
All right, last piece, and there's some Star Atlas Guild talk happening in the chat. Definitely get involved in that. If you guys are interested in Star Atlas, get involved in the guild, man. But don't pick a faction yet. We don't know what the hell's going on with factions. So don't pick a faction if we don't know the benefits and detractions of joining these factions. Okay, this just dropped before we went live. Not much information. It says NFTs are almost sold out. Legends of Bezogia. Alpha starts in 7 days. We know as much about this project as you do, but let's watch the clip. Whoa! Is that a buffalo?
Come on. Three punch combo. Come on.
It's like a raid boss. What's going on? So that was kind of our first look there of gameplay. Again, alpha is coming out in 7 days, and that tweet was actually posted today. So one that we don't know much about, so do your own research. But this is going to be the norm, man. I mean, if this came out a year ago, it would have been a first mover, right? But now we're seeing more and more NFT games come out with those type of graphics and not just 2D doing nothing.
More coming for sure in the next year. Woo-wee. Get ready. Paging NFT GG and Kaggion. Brace yourselves. NFT gaming is coming, man.
Absolutely, man. I love it. Kaggion, man. Where can we put out an MIA? Do we have to put out like an Amber Alert?
Yeah, Amber Alert, MIA, APB, wanted alive. Definitely not dead. Looking for the occasion persuasion. A Kaggion, despite all his rage, he's still just a rage cage in a cage. Apparently locked up somewhere. I don't know where he is. And then NFT GG. Both of them have been doing a great job here on the network breaking down gaming. And if you guys missing out, don't worry. They'll be back next week with more alpha than you can imagine.
And you can't even put out that he has blonde hair on the Amber Alert anymore because Kaggi totally switched up his hair, man.
I haven't even hung out with him since that. It's like he's a different person. I don't even.
Different person.
Right? Oh my God.
We just put it together live on air. Okay, a lot of cool comments coming through. It looks like we do have a lot of Star Atlas players. So if you're at home, you don't know anything about Star Atlas or you haven't gotten involved, it looks like NFT Live, Ladz City has a lot of people involved in that ecosystem. Rome is another guild that's within that ecosystem. So Ray VZ is saying, join Rome, baby. Oni faction for life. And then Choina is dropping some alpha. Pro tip, early faction movers might end up at an advantage down the line. Just create 2 extra phantom wallets and join all 3. Ditch the 2 wallets you don't use. So really, really cool. And then Young Content, smash the likes, everyone. Love you, lads, from the bottom of the dojo. Big love. Appreciate you, bro.
Man.
Love Young Content.
He's an OG, bro. He's been around. I was watching some of the old school comments, man. That dude was right there at the beginning of NFT Live.
Yeah, man. Absolutely fire content. I think he just got done going live as well. So definitely click on that Young Content logo. I don't know how YouTube works, but click on Young Content. Get over to his channel, sub to his channel. He has a lot of cool NFT content as well, man. So awesome, dude. That was kind of, I like blacked out for that episode. There was so much info, but I think we had a good time. Yeah, I think we had a good time. Zombie State University. Can't wait to have a study abroad for the zombies in Ladz City.
Yeah, I think it's a great vibe from the team. I loved everything that they had going on, and just good energy. That they're going to do well with their community, no doubt. And I think as I was telling you before the show, we should bring on a couple guest co-hosts from time to time. And man, Young Content, you're watching right now, brother. If you ever want to come on and be a color commentator here and a co-host on NFT Live one of these weeks, let us know, man. We'd love to have you come on.
Love it, man. Yeah, that invitation is open 100%. Invitation's open for Ronan as well. Is Ronan still alive? ? So this is super important. One, screw the guy who called him out on the Galactic agency there. Dude, Ronan's grinding like super hard in this space, and you just got guys that want to bring you down. And he's on NFT Live. He has his own gig labs. He's in Galactic Super Agency, like secret agency, and come on, man. Like, give the guy a break. Like, he's doing a ton. Ronan is going to be here next week. He's going to be in Ladz City, of course, all that time. But man, take some time. If you're in the NFT space for a year and a half, take some time here and there, man, for just a break for yourself. Like, this is just like not alpha drop. This is just life alpha drop. Just it's a marathon, man. We're here for the long term, and don't burn yourself out whatsoever.
Well said. Wise words, man. I'm gonna try to live by that too and take a break from time to time.
All right, I'll see you in 2 months.
Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna go hang out with GG and Khaki on whatever island they're hanging out on right now.
Love it, man. All right, guys, NFT Live. Buff, you did a fantastic job breaking down the different stories here with me and directing at the same time. Big shout out to Zombie State Universities for coming on. Really like connecting. I mean, we have a cool ass job here connecting with awesome teams. So yeah, this was NFT Live, guys. Please leave a like. It does help get the episode out. Share it on Twitter. We got the links out there. And then just stop by every week, man. We got DJ Savage. What do we got going on this weekend, Buff?
Oh, are you kidding me? We got Art starting out on Saturday and your neighborhood fun uncle on Sunday to break down the markets and the meaning of life and Ladz all together in one. Should be a great weekend. And after this, we've got none other than DJ Savage blasting away on Ladz City Radio in the city. So come on back and hang out with us here at Ladz City, baby.
Boom. All right. Francois Chanu saying, anything here for NFT rookies trying to figure this space out, but the learning curve is steep. Just tune in every day, man. We've got episodes all week, 7 days a week that we have on this channel that can help you learn about the NFT space. Jump into our Discord as well, and then just ask questions, man. This will be a start for you. We're a home for, rookies and vets alike. So getting a lot of our vibes, our tribes here in the chat. So big our vibe, our tribe to you guys. Another episode of NFT Live in the books. Thanks again, guys. Our vibe, our tribe.